Hey everyone, welcome back to the QQQ vs QLD Challenge channel. It's Friday evening, September 5th, 2025, and that means it's time for our monthly update. We're going to dive into how our investments in QQQ and QLD have performed and take a closer look at what's been happening in the markets lately. Since April 9th, 2025, we've witnessed a historic market comeback. Over the past 5 months, QQQ has been on a bullish run. QQQ rose from $402 on April 7, 2025, to $576 today on September 5, 2025. Since May 12, 2025, QQQ has been trading above both the SMA 50 purple line and the SMA 200 green line. For the past 4 months, QQQ has stayed above the SMA 50 purple line by a significant margin most of the time. QQQ touched the SMA 50 purple line only once, on September 2nd, then rebounded above it. I was able to buy both QQQ and QLD on September 2nd, when QQQ touched the SMA 50 purple line. After forming the Golden Cross on June 23, 2025, QQQ reached all-time highs multiple times since June 2025. Let's go back to the QQQ chart and add the SMA 20 black line to understand the situation better. The SMA 20 black line is faster and reflects short-term momentum, while the SMA 50 purple line is slower and indicates the intermediate-term trend. Since April 23, 2025, QQQ had remained above the SMA 20 black line continuously. However, QQQ slipped below the SMA 20 black line 3 times since August 1st in early August, then a second time on August 20th, and then a third time on September 2nd. At the same time, QQQ was able to rebound near the SMA 50 purple line on September 2nd. The good news is that QQQ managed to climb back above the SMA 20 black line today. This behavior indicates that QQQ maintains bullish short-term trends and momentum. We should monitor whether QQQ can stay above the SMA 20 black line. If it falls below this level, I believe QQQ will bounce back from either the SMA 50 purple line or at least the SMA 200 green line. When QQQ approaches the SMA 50 purple line or the SMA 200 green line, these will present excellent buying opportunities for QQQ, QLD, and TQQQ. According to today's article, U.S. stocks declined after August jobs data came in far below expectations, with only 22,000 jobs added and unemployment rising to 4.3%. Revised figures for June and July showed even weaker hiring, prompting traders to fully price at a September Fed rate cut, possibly as large as 50 basis points. Treasury yields fell sharply in response. Political pressure on the Fed intensified, with Trump criticizing Chair Jerome Powell and backing Stephen Miron for a governor role. Meanwhile, Broadcom surged on a $10 billion AI chip deal, Tesla rose on a proposed $1 trillion pay package for Elon Musk, and gold hit record highs amid rate cut speculation. Moving on to our stock comparison within the QQQ vs QLD challenge, QQQ is currently priced at $576, which sits 7% above the previous all-time high of $540 from February 19, 2025. This reflects significant gains and demonstrates strong resilience with upward momentum. QLD, the leveraged version that seeks to double QQQ's performance, is priced around $126. This represents a 5% increase from its peak of $120 in December 2024. TQQQ, the leveraged version that seeks to triple QQQ's performance, has also been climbing, currently sitting at $91. While it still lags about 2% below its peak of $93 in December 2024, TQQQ has shown gradual recovery as well. This comparison shows that QQQ has delivered the best percentage return, followed by QLD, then TQQQ. However, my stock portfolio shows the opposite results. In my personal holdings, QQQ has the lowest return, followed by QLD, with TQQQ leading. More specifically, QQQ has generated a 20% return, QLD has achieved 30%, and TQQQ has delivered 49%. You might wonder why QLD and TQQQ have outperformed QQQ in my portfolio. One of the main reasons is that you could purchase TQQQ at much cheaper prices during the downturn. For example, on April 7, 2025, TQQQ traded at $35, which was a 62% discount from the current price of $91. Meanwhile, on April 7, 2025, QQQ was at $402, representing only a 30% discount from today's price of $576, much smaller than TQQQ's 62% discount. Now let's move on to the QQQ versus QLD $100 challenge portfolio update. Since the beginning of this challenge, we've invested a total of $4,200 into QQQ. Our current unrealized gain is approximately $850, which represents a 20% return. For comparison, last month's return was about 19%, with paper gains of $800. It's encouraging to see this kind of progress. Our average cost per share for QQQ stands at $478.30. On September 2nd, I added 0.177 shares at a price of $562. We continue investing monthly. For QLD, results are looking even better. We've also invested a total of $4,200 into QLD. On September 2nd, shortly after purchasing QQQ, I bought 0.826 shares of QLD at $121. The average cost per share is $96.67. As of now, our unrealized gain is about $1,290, giving us a return of approximately 30%. For comparison, last month's return was about 29%, with paper gains of $1,200. We will see larger gaps between QLD and QQQ performance in rising markets. These results reflect the leveraged nature of QLD, which is designed to deliver 2 times the daily performance of the Nasdaq 100 index. While leverage increases volatility, it also provides greater upside potential when markets recover. Since May 2024, we've been investing at least $100 into QQQ and $100 into QLD every single month without fail. This consistent, disciplined approach is called dollar cost averaging, or DCA. The goal is to reduce the impact of short-term market fluctuations by spreading our investments over time. By doing this, we purchase more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high, all while maintaining a long-term focus. Our approach is straightforward: we invest monthly. We hold for the long term. We avoid selling. And we never use margin or leverage beyond what's already built into products like QLD. This strategy is designed to be low risk, sustainable, and emotionally manageable, especially during periods of market turbulence. If you're curious about the data behind this approach, I recommend checking out my 2 deep dive videos. One is titled Cash vs. SPY vs. QQQ vs. QLD vs. TQQQ, the 30-year showdown. The other is Cash vs. QQQ vs. QLD vs. TQQQ. These videos explain how long-term investing and monthly contributions can outperform more complex strategies over time. That wraps up our September 2025 update for the QQQ vs. QLD challenge. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And just a quick reminder, this content is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Please ensure that your investing decisions align with your personal financial goals and risk tolerance. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next update. Until then, stay focused, stay consistent, and happy investing.